The ongoing dialogue of the God Journey podcast.
This journey is about listening to Father.
The promised land without the promise giver is not a promised land I want to live in.
I'm just glad God woke me up. The ongoing dialogue of the God Journey podcast.
Well, I'm Wayne Jacobson.
And I'm Brad Cummings.
And welcome to another edition of the God Journey.
But I do think that it is, this whole process, this journey outside of the box, outside of the institution, it's a real challenge because you do have the illusion that at least for a while, at least whoever's at the head of the line, you're kind of figuring they do know where they're going, and there is some supposed comfort in the fact that I'm a part of that.
Yeah, you hate to be out halfway in the jungle on a safari and the leader says, I've never been here before and I have no idea where we're going. But sometimes that's a good thing. When you're saying, I need a man with a plan to follow, what you're really saying is a human being with a plan is a more secure place than living in Jesus without one.
I don't think anyone thinks it through that says, if you offered me
absolutely not.
an intimate relationship with Jesus or some guy with a plan.
No!
Yeah, I want the guy with a plan, we don't think of it that way, but the truth is there is something of a safety and a security that's really subtle and very powerful as a seduction that somehow I feel like that's, because if that's where everyone else is going, I feel a little security in numbers that must be right.
I have greater peace now living the way God's asked me to live about so many things that is directly a part of what He's changed in me. There's the peace that He established at the cross. There's also the peace now of doing things in my life that I know I'm not involved in much right now that I don't think God initiated. I used to not have anything in my life I was certain God initiated. Now, almost everything that I'm involved in, I look back and say, I didn't choose this. This is not the road I wanted to go down. It's the road I felt like God led me down. And so when I'm in the middle of that, there is a greater peace and a greater freedom to live it out and a greater sense of He's going to take care of this because He's the one that got me here. I didn't get me here. And I don't know why we would ever want to rob that from people. Why am I not angry today? I think I'd have to say because I see now the fruit of that. What looked like a horrible thing when it happened sent me on a journey, the fruit of which I wouldn't trade now for anything. I wouldn't trade how I live in Him now for any other way that I used to live, any other safe-looking system. None of them look safe anymore. Nothing looks more safe to me than waking up this morning and living in Him.
That is where I think humanity is poised. They're sitting on the outside of rooftops going like, I know this isn't it, but I have an inbred hunger for the real thing. And when that emerges, man, everything turns golden, and I get to enjoy.